Mr. Carter, you stated to my learned friend that my client threatened you in the Woolpack Inn on the night before the fire. Is that correct?
Yes.
I believe you referred to my client as saying, "I swear to God I could kill you," to his wife, and then I could kill the pair of you. Is that correct?
Yes.
Not will kill you, but could kill you.
Yes, it's the same thing.
No, Mr. Carter, it's not the same thing at all. Could is not a threat. What my client was saying to you both, and we've already heard you admitting to leaving his 6-year-old daughter alone in your cottage. What he said was that he could kill you both for what you'd done, not that he would kill you both for what you'd done. What you were hearing was the outburst of a man, not unnaturally, beside himself with worry, when he discovered, via another person entirely, that his 6-year-old daughter had been wandering the streets, alone, in the dark, in her nightie, when she should have been under you or your lover's care.
I know what he meant. Everybody did. Ask them if you don't believe me.
I intend to, Mr. Carter. Now, could I turn your attention to the night of the fire? You claim that you saw my client setting fire to the barn. Is that correct?
Yes.
And how did he do this?
He poured petrol everywhere and set it alight.
And you saw him do this?
Yes.
What were you doing at the farm, Mr. Carter?
I'm sorry?
Well, you claim that you and Mrs. Sugden were in fear for your lives because my client allegedly threatened he could kill you, and yet you end up together at the farm the very next night. Why was that?
We'd had a row. Sarah was mad at me for leaving Victoria on her own. She walked off.
To her estranged husband's farm?
Yes, she wanted to talk to him.
On her own? To a man she was afraid might kill her?
It was in the heat of the moment. We'd had this disagreement earlier.
Yes. Because she was going to the farm to tell her husband that she was leaving you and going back to him. Isn't that correct?
Yes.
And how did you feel about this?
I didn't really think she meant it.
Even though she'd already told her friend, a police officer, Angela Reynolds, the same thing that very night?
Yes.
Did you want her to go back to her husband?
Of course not. I loved her.
And you'd have done anything to keep her?
Yes.
She was so much a part of your life.
She was my life.
So, the woman who was your life decided to go back to the man she was lawfully married to, rejecting you. Is that why you lied to the police about my client setting fire to the barn?
I didn't lie.
I put it to you that you were lying then and that you are lying now, Mr. Carter, and that your lie is fueled by a desire for revenge on a man to whom you knew you had already lost.
No!
Fate dealt you a bitter blow, Mr. Carter. You lost the woman you loved twice. First to her husband, and then to the fire. But I put it to you that the first loss was by far the worst.
That's not true. I loved Sarah. Say what you like, twist it as much as you want, but I saw him do it. I saw him light that fire. And it's the fire that killed Sarah, the fire that he started.